Hello my lovely Tauruses, and welcome to your April reading. I'm Ali and I help people heal through tarot. So I was doing your pre-shuffle before, testing my microphone, etc. and this card fell out and it's back again. So we're going to start with it, and was in the reverse, now it's in the upright, and it is the Five of Pentacles. Now this is a beautiful Five of Pentacles. So we have these people walking in the snow, as always, past some type of a church, and we just get the sense that they probably should be going in there. There's probably, you know, some shelter in there, some warmth, but there's a reason they're choosing not to go inside. So this can be feeling left out in the cold by someone, but more importantly, this is a spiritual step of choosing not to go back to something that was comfortable, back to a situation, a person, a thought process that was comfortable. It's the Five, so it's a destructor. It's kind of like the hardest number for me in the tarot, going through all of the suits. Five is kind of like the difficulty, the challenge card. And then if you think of the Six as being like overcoming that challenge. So there might have been a lack of generosity because the Six of Pentacles talks about equal give and take. Coming towards you, you might have been giving too much in a situation. This is also the card of feeling ghosted, being ghosted by someone, feeling left out in the cold. Now I have to remember though and admit that when it was in the reverse, that's someone coming back from the cold. So you might be either questioning whether to go back to someone, or someone might be in the peripherals questioning whether to come back to you, okay? Whether to open up that door and be like, come on in. Or whether you decide, more importantly, is it time for me to go back? Now that's why it's a spiritual process, because sometimes this is such a big card for you this month, sometimes we go through so much spiritually that we come out the other side of it and we actually don't want to go back inside to whatever this comfort was. Sorry if you can hear the bunny drinking. Yeah, we don't want to go back inside to whatever that was. So we don't want to go back to a person, or we don't want to go back to the way things were. We've chosen to kind of deprive ourselves of it and not go back for a reason. And that's why it's a spiritual progress. Now, like I said, some of you, this might be someone, are you thinking of coming back? Don't know who ghosted who. Okay. And the other card we get with this is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Now the Seven of Cups, when it's in the upright, there are so many choices. You're feeling a little bit emotionally overwhelmed. It's like the energy of having so many. Wait, sorry, bunny problems. Had to pause myself for a second there. Now, Seven of Cups, like we were saying, sometimes it's the energy of having so many choices, especially emotional choices, that you feel a little bit overwhelmed. It can be fantasy thinking. It can be, fantasy thinking. When it goes into the reverse, this is talking about a reality check. Okay, this is like boom, smack down to the universe. You get to see exactly what was inside those cups before. So if we actually look at what is inside some of these cups, there's always some really weird and wonderful things in here. So there is a rose. There is love, what looks like some sort of love up here. There's a snake, as always. Is that a snake? Yep, some type of snake. There's always a snake. There's a tornado. There's a reef. There's like costume jewelry and things. There's a hand. I don't even know what's going on here. Okay, so there's some weird and wonderful things. This is you being stuck in a cloud of, I was going to say disbelief for some of you. Don't know where that came from, but I mean stuck in a cloud of not being able to see clearly, because you're literally stuck in a cloud. It's like when the plane goes through the cloud and you can't see exactly where you're going, and then you come out the other side of it and it goes into the reverse and you're like, aha, now I know exactly. And for some of you, you might be thinking, I wish I waited and I chose wrong in a situation. And for some of you, this is just a slap back down into emotional reality check in a situation. Okay, and this could be, for some of you, this could be around about Mercury retrograde. So we have a retrograde coming up in around about the 20th of April. Also, happy birthday, my lovely Tauruses. Forgot to say that. Yeah, this could be around about then, because they say exes come back and people make, sometimes you are the retrograde as well. I remember being the retrograde 1 month myself. So yeah, sometimes exes come back, sometimes you decide to go back to people from your past. That's what they call it that for a reason. It's cliche, but it's cliche for a reason, because it does seem to happen more around about that time. So this could be leading up to the Mercury retrograde. Okay. So your challenge is the world in the reverse. So I asked myself in my head there, what is Taurus's challenge here? And like I said, the world in reverse. So this is one of Archangel Michael cards. So if you are really struggling with any situation, or it is particularly painful, or you're just feeling a lack of an ability to move forward, ask Michael, chuck it up to Mike, okay? Say, Michael, I give you the permission to take this out of my hands. Even just that mental thought process before you go to sleep at night. I trust you to take this out of my hands. Please step in and do what needs to be done. Okay, because the challenge card we get with the world being in the reverse is the repeating of some type of cycle. This is what we don't want. And that goes back to that 5 of Pentacles being in the upright, of choosing not to go back to a person, to a situation, to a job that probably was extremely comfortable, whether that's being comfortable, being uncomfortable, if you know what I mean by that. So we can get comfortable being uncomfortable. It doesn't matter. Or whether it was just genuinely comfortable and secure. Something was comfortable and secure, and you're choosing not to go back into that, because that would be, as you know, subconsciously or consciously, that would be repeating a cycle that you probably are realizing that is not reciprocated in some way, or you're realizing it's just not healthy for you to continue right now. This is really interesting energy, my lovely Tauruses. I couldn't decide who to do today. And then the 5 of Pentacles fell out. And I know that that's actually a Taurus card. Why didn't I think of that? This is actually a Taurus card. Mercury in Taurus. Yes, so we are talking about the Mercury retrograde. And then we get Venus and Scorpio with this card here. And the World card, like I said, for me is one of my Archangel Michael cards. So that's the challenge, the World card. So what happens? Oh, I was going to say, what happens after this slap down bang of reality that we look like we're getting in April? And we get the World card, and it's in the reverse. I mean, the Devil card, and it's in the reverse, which I love. I love that it's in the reverse, so Capricorn energy. So for some of you, this could go back to Capricorn season, so Christmas time, around about Christmas time, early January. This could all kind of be linked to then in some way. But the Devil card, this couple is chained to the Devil. Okay, we have to see that here. They're chained to the Devil. They're not there by choice. Now, they might have been there by choice at some point, because it's the same couple that are in the Lovers card. And then all of a sudden, they're now bound to each other by something that's not choice. So it could be money, it could be lust, it could be addiction, it could be codependency. It could be so many different things. The Devil card talks about addictions. It talks about just lower vibrational energy in a relationship, normally between 2 people. With this, it's 2 ladies, is what it looks like. I absolutely love this card for being one of the kind of less scary Devil cards that there are, that I've seen anyway. It does have that really kinky energy to it with this tarot deck, that is for sure. So lust might be a big thing. You might be questioning why someone is with you. And for some of you, you have been battling a huge addiction, okay? Whether that is an addiction to a person, an addiction to a thought process, an addiction to something that's just not particularly healthy for you. That's what you're kicking throughout April, and that's what that slap down in reality is going to bring. This is like a detox. A detox. That's how it feels. Whether that's a detox from someone, a detox from something, you're choosing to. Now this is not, well, watch out and see if it comes, but I'm looking for when I get the 5 of Pentacles, I'm then looking for the 8 of Cups. At the moment, this is a spiritual walk away. Okay, if I get the 8 of Cups as well, or the 6 of Swords or something, I know you're physically walking away. But at the very minimum, you are spiritually walking away. You're choosing not to go back inside to repeat a cycle that hasn't been healthy, okay? That has kept you in a lower vibrational energy, probably blocked manifestations from you, blocked situations from moving forward. That's why the World card is in the reverse, because you are just at the end of the cycle. This is the Major Arcana card number 21, so it's the end. And normally it's like Archangel Michael and the angels being like, well done, you passed all the tests that we gave you. Now we have Ouroboros, the snake that eats itself. In my end is my beginning. Major completion of a cycle, job well done, life-changing type of change, and then you go back into the Fool card, 0, okay? That's how it's meant to go. There's something blocking that, and it has been whatever this Devil card is to you. That's what's been blocking it. And you haven't been able to particularly identify it, see it, or even if you have, you've been sweeping it under the rug. Mercury retrograde in Aries season is not going to let us do that any longer, okay? Even just as like a society, if you've been listening to like Pam Gregory or Baraka Goldsmith or any of these people on YouTube recently, you will know that April and May in particular are huge months for the planet, astrologically. Okay, we are in like what is known as the Tower card in the tarot deck. That's where we are in astrology right now. So things that have been built on lies, things that have been built on sweeping things under the carpet, patching stuff over, not wanting to talk about it, hoping that it just disappears or gets better. These are the things that are going to start coming ahead come March 20th. So April is going to be well on the way. Okay, let's have a look. Let's keep digging, my lovely Tauruses. What else do my lovely Tauruses need to know? We get the 2 of Wands in the reverse. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Is that what this is? Someone's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, maybe. So yeah, 2 of Wands in the reverse. Now the 2 of Wands in the upright. So this starts off as something magnificent, starts off with fire. This was something that was like an exciting new beginning. It was like, yes. So that's what the Ace of Wands is. Normally that's how things start out. Something extremely exciting though. Ace of Wands always talks about, you know, sexual energy as well. So it could be someone you find very sexually attractive, or it was a job that was just like so exciting to you, and you're a very like a creative job, for example, something that actually got you out of bed in the morning. Okay. So we start off with that energy, and then normally we go boom, we have this new beginning. Number 2, the 2 of Wands. New contracts, new partnerships are formed. You're moving forward with that Ace of Wands. It's not just this amazing idea that's in your head. You're solidifying it. This is in the reverse. So there's an element here of not solidifying something, not moving forward with something that was really exciting, really passionate, really had you going, or not being able to see the way forward, not being able to see how this is going to solidify or how this is going to all come together in some way for you. So this is a really interesting version of the 2 of Wands because it's quite a modern deck. This is, I think, the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa someone. I don't know. I always lose my boxes. But yeah. So this is a really interesting 2 of Wands. Let's see if we can get her to focus better. Because you can see she has 2 wands either side of her. She looks like she's on holiday somewhere, like Amalfi Coast, you know. Or she could just be on her balcony, and she has a lovely balcony. But she has a phone in her hand. It looks like she's waiting on a text or waiting for someone, or possibly contemplating on communicating with someone. Looking into her horizons, looking on her phone, so possibly looking for jobs abroad, looking online on the dating apps, whatever it is. She's trying to expand her horizons here, and she's trying to move forward with this new fiery energy that she had with the Ace of Wands. When it's in the reverse, there's a reason she's feeling like she cannot do that, okay? It's like I'm applying for them, or I'm Googling all these jobs and there's nothing. I'm on Tinder every day and I'm swiping, and the people are just no. I don't know how I'm going to move forward in this situation. If it's a relationship that you're currently in or a job you're currently in, you're questioning how you can both work together, get on the same page and move forward as a team. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so that's like the top line. For me, that's like the first half of your reading almost. We get the Queen of Cups, so you might be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Now, the Queen of Cups is an extremely intuitive person. So this is something you're doing intuitively. When you decide not to go back in to this church here or wherever it is, obviously it's probably not physically a church for you guys, but when you choose not to go back to this comfort, whatever it is, this is an intuitive decision that you're making. This is a heart over head decision, which is a really interesting way to be looking at this. It's like you intuitively know you'll be repeating a cycle. You intuitively know nothing has changed here, or that there's something better for you if you move forward. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. Well, there's some nudity here. Do I have to cover the nudity on YouTube? I think I do. Okay, so Three of Pentacles. It's always people working together. It's always cooperation. It's teamwork, massive teamwork going on here. So if you are in a relationship with someone, this could be someone finally getting on your page. Okay, this is what's going to happen when this reality check comes through. You're going to know how you want to move forward. You're going to know what foot you're going to want to put forward. This is like the clearance of this energy of that Seven of Cups going into the reverse. That's what this is coming under. That Seven of Cups in the reverse. We're getting the Three of Pentacles now in the upright. So I think you know where you're going with this situation now. You're understanding who is pulling their weight in situations and who wasn't, who was saying they were doing more than they were. And you're understanding how you can use your skills to move this situation forward, whether that's into a completely new life and a new situation, or whether that's choosing to work on this situation again. Because we have the 5 and now the 3, which I'm adding up to the 8 of Pentacles, which is going back to hard work. Okay. But there's finally an element of cooperation here, of manifesting something you've been trying to manifest as well. 3 of Pentacles is a manifestation energy for me. We get 5 of Swords. That's Venus in Aquarius energy. So it's a bit of a battle. It's a bit of a strange mind game going on here. It's a battle of the minds for me when it comes to the 5 of Swords with you and possibly yourself, but could be you and someone else. It's a bit of a selfish card. It's a card of mind games. It's a card of people being self-serving. If we think about what she's doing in the 5 of Swords, we have to question it. You know, the battle has ended and someone is on the battlefield collecting swords, and then they're going to pretend, well, we can assume that they're going to pretend that those swords are theirs and that they'd won this battle. So there's an element here of mind games or manipulation, that could have been an element in the past. This is also maybe you deciding to make moves that other people don't particularly agree with, and they're going to tell you that. It could be, yeah. It's coming under the World being in the reverse, under your challenge card, which was not repeating a cycle. It could also be standing up for yourself and putting yourself first, because Venus in Aquarius is a selfish energy in that way. And it is about, if I can't love myself, I can't love anyone else. So it could be about that. More Aquarius energy. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius here. We get the Star card. I love how much nudity is in this. Okay. So as you can see how comfortable she is in the Star card here. This is Aquarius energy. This is the dream, the ultimate wish. You're realizing you can have that if you battle this Devil card, if you battle this addiction or battle whatever this is. You're realizing you are more than capable of having your ultimate dream. Now, the Star card is only good for so long, because the Star card is the dream come true, yes, but then you kind of need to act upon it. You need to show up to the universe in some way. They're like, yep, you can have it, but show me that you want it. And that's what I mean. That was like all that passing of the test stuff with Archangel Michael we spoke about earlier. There could be a little mini test for you on the horizon. Have a little look out for it. How Michael in particular likes to test you is like, say you're looking for a new job or whatever, so you start applying for new jobs. What Michael will do is give you a job, give you a new job probably, give you a job interview, have a few options for you, and then just as you're get a new job, and just as you're about to start your new job and hand in your notice, your boss will phone you and say, hey, like, we really love what you've been doing here at your current work. Would you like a promotion? Test. Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to move forward? How much do you really want this? Or they'll throw something up at you just as you're getting your new job of something you wanted 10 years ago. This can be the same in relationships. It can be the same with anything. So you might have a little test coming up of Archangel Michael's to see if you have learned some kind of lesson in the past. And I think that you have, looking at the rest of your cards, with that Devil being in the reverse and the Five of Pentacles being in the upright. I think you're kind of ready for it. And once you've passed this so-called test, which I think you will get the Star card. You will get your ultimate dream, your ultimate goal. That's hope again as well. For those of you who are looking for a sign of hope, this is definitely a sign for hope. This is a sign of hope being on the horizon, that's for sure. Because someone's going to open up. Either you're going to open up, someone else is going to open up. Where your manifestations have been blocked before, they are no longer. Now we get the Four of Pentacles, and it's in the reverse. Now the Four of Pentacles in the upright is quite a stingy energy of, I'm keeping things to myself. I'm keeping... No, mi canino. My bunny is biting my slipper. No, I think he wants my attention. I'm sorry. Yeah, so the Four of Pentacles in the reverse is I'm keeping things, well, in the upright is I'm keeping things to myself. So in the reverse would be, I'm letting this out, I'm letting this go. Okay, so that could be someone being really generous with their money, someone finally giving you like a loan, someone finally giving an investment to you. It could be someone finally giving you a promotion, or telling you, and for a lot of you, this is someone finally telling you how they feel. I'm getting such an itchy nose for that as well. So definitely, this is someone finally opening up to you, or you finally opening up to someone else. And it's like the floodgates once they open. It's like, yeah, it's like a flood. It's an emotional flood. So this could be a blurt from someone that you've been waiting for. And God knows Mercury retrograde loves a blurt. So just be careful if you're blurting, who you're blurting around. But this is the ultimate kind of like letting go. It could be choosing to spend money, choosing to invest in something, or for some of you, it could be choosing to invest in someone, okay? You're choosing to let go of what you have been holding on to. So whether that's your thoughts, your money, because it's Pentacles, of course, but it can be, doesn't have to just be money. It's just something you've been holding on to. Oofed. Let me get an oracle card for you guys. I always try and keep the readings to like 20 minutes, and they never are. Oh. Message in a bottle. If you're waiting for someone to communicate with you, this is a good sign. Now, message in a bottle, you could hear a song on the radio, you could overhear someone else's conversation, and we've kind of touched upon that here. You could overhear someone else's conversation in a bar, in a restaurant somewhere, and you get the exact information that you need. And that is so Mercury retrograde. And we're coming into the shadow period of that 1 week before the 20th. So we're talking like the 13th of April, you know. So depending on obviously when you're watching this reading, this could also be messages coming to you through dreams, but it could also be just a delayed message, okay? A delayed message being like someone sent you a message and it literally just got delayed and you get it like a week later and you're like, what? Because Mercury loves to mess with communication. So you're definitely getting some kind of message, whether that be a physical message from someone. And this is also someone that goes with the lines of the Four of Pentacles being in the reverse of someone opening up to you, someone telling you something, or you deciding to tell someone else. we get that message in a bottle. It has been delayed, but it is on its way to you. The universe is like pushing this message to you, whether they have to physically deliver it to you, you have to overhear it on the radio, in the car, in a dream, doesn't matter, it's coming. You're gonna get it. And we get here and now. So you're gonna have to stay present. Yay, we love that, don't we? So if you haven't heard that one before, here and now, you're gonna have to stay present in April. You're gonna have to try and train your mind in April not to be too future thinking, not to be too past thinking. There's so much 5 energy going on in your reading, so look out for 1-5, 1-5, 5-5, 5-5, all the 5s, 10s as well, because it doubles up. Because for this, we have 5 of Pentacles, and I said how important that was. We get the 5 of Swords. We get number 15. And then we also get number 32, which adds up to 5. So it would do you best to do like those type of manifestations, body scans, things that are helping you to stay exactly in the present moment, go for walks, whatever it is, to try and not panic yourself into opening up that door prematurely. Not until you get this message, not until you have beaten that devil card, not until your intuition has told you that it is time, okay? And like I said, you can always ask Michael for some help. But it would do you the world of good, literally, with that world card. It would do you the world of good to stay as present as you can in April. Those type of meditations about being in the here and now, I always just literally say to myself, like sometimes I just take 3 deep breaths and say to myself, in this exact moment, I'm okay. Right now, in this exact moment, I'm okay. And I do that sometimes like several times a day, depending on what type of day I'm having. And it's just a reminder sometimes to stay in that present moment and understand, and even just to connect to my brain that I'm doing that thing where I'm worrying about tomorrow, next week, next month, or I'm repeating conversations that have happened in the past, or actions or whatever. For those of you who are here for love, I've just shuffled. Okay, the first one we get is unrequited love. That could be a fear-based for you. Definitely with that 5 of Pentacles, that's definitely how you have felt in the past, that's for sure. Someone has felt in that past, ghosted, left out in the cold. We get romantic feelings. Your feelings are worth exploring. One more card for the Tauruses, please. This one. Pay attention to the red flags. And I think we need the last one actually that's underneath the bottom there. So you get pay attention to the red flags. And then we get stay optimistic about your love life. It's almost like, ha, thanks. Positive thinking, that's staying in the present moment. And focus will bring, and faith will bring you romance. Okay. Whew. Wow. Interesting reading, my lovely Tauruses. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to hear more from me. I do private readings. The link for them is in the description box, has everything you need to know. Also on my website, you can find out everything you need to know. Yeah, but most importantly, thank you so much for listening today and for creating this space with me. I will see you soon, Tauruses. Namaste.